Well, hello again, and welcome back to another edition of the Tour de Force podcast. My name is Matt Hartman, President and CEO of Tour de Force. I typically sit on the other side of the microphone for these podcasts, but today I'm going to be interviewing and talking with Ryan Elliott, our senior product architect, and is going to be talking today about quoting and quote to order and the quote management process in the distribution industry. So, a little bit of history as we get started today. Tour de Force has had quote management in our system for many, many years. And we've often, I personally have done thousands of demos of the Tour de Force product. And quote management has always been something that's been a pain for users. Very common in the distribution industry for a demonstration of Tour de Force to get deep into the needs of a distributor to better manage their quoting process. They want to make it more efficient for their salespeople to gain access to information when they're in the field, to avoid that problem of having to call back to a customer service rep when they're standing in front of a customer and find out if something's in inventory and get pricing. So all those things that create inefficiencies in the sales process are all the things that distributors have been looking to improve over the years. So, I'd like to, Ryan, first of all, I'd like to have you talk a little bit about, the history of the Tour de Force quoting and how our tool can help distributor salespeople more efficiently sell. So, Ryan, I turn it over to you.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate the introduction. So, the quote to order process and quote management within Tour de Force has actually been in the product for a lot longer than most people realize. It's just over the last few years, it's really started its evolution into QTO, or the quote to order process that we're in now. One of the big things that we concentrate on is the ability and visibility of the information that you mentioned, the inventory data, the customer pricing, things that sales reps can't normally get in the field. We've always had the ability on the desktop to be able to create a quotation, produce a document, produce a nice email, and provide information to a customer. Now with Tour de Force, you can do that from your mobile device. You can do that from a phone or from a tablet. And the nice part about being able to do that in the field is that we can sync your inventory with your ERP system throughout the day. So every 5 minutes, you can have updated inventory of what's available to you and what the current price is. Same goes for the quote to order process that allows us to actually get customer pricing from your ERP system in real time. So, for example, Profit 21, Eclipse, Tribute, E10, SXE, and as we grow that process and other ERPs, you can get customer pricing in real time from those systems, so that you're not having to guess at what the number should be, or as Matt mentioned, call customer service and ask for a customer price. So the nice part is we're giving you access to that information on the road, so when you're traveling and you're out and you need to do something quickly, you can do that, and you don't have to worry about making a phone call or sending an email and waiting on that time it takes to do that. The other piece to that side is the ability to create quotes and or orders in the ERP system direct from Tour de Force. We've done that for the last couple years actually, and the ability to generate a quote, get the correct price, get the acknowledgement to the customer, and then even send that off to an order is a process that a lot of distribution companies struggle with, especially for those reps that travel, because most companies, if they allow their outside reps to do quoting, have to have access to the ERP, which means they need internet, they need VPN, they need all kinds of different things to get to it, and it's a pain in the butt. With our process and with our system, we eliminate most of those needs, and that way you don't have to worry about it. So that's kind of where we're at right now with the basics of what the quote manager can do for our customers.
Thanks, Ryan. So, I personally, as I mentioned, quoting's been a big topic for years, and it's been something that Ryan mentioned that we've had in there for a lot of years. But, over the course of the last couple of years, we've been challenged by some customers to really think beyond the typical quote. So the quoting in Tour de Force historically has been more of a price and availability lookup. Give me the price, give me the availability, and then convert a simple list over into an order in the ERP through the QTO. Now moving forward, we're looking at things that lots of distributors that are also selling services now, where the ability to sell services, the ability to do a lot of other advanced level features are a consideration. And so it's more proposal management. And I know the new edition of Tour de Force 2017 is going to be introducing some greatly expanded features related to quoting and more proposal management. So can you talk a little bit, Ryan, about the new things coming out in 2017 that get into that proposal side?
Absolutely, and that's a great point. With customer challenges gives us a capability of going in and revisiting what we've done currently and adding new features for future use. And a couple things to mention in regards to what we're doing in 2017. Number one, just a new look and feel for the Quote Manager on web, much easier to use on the different devices that you're going to have access to it on. Some of the major things that we've added are the ability for price calculating from a web device, the ability to manipulate the data within the grid. So if you're familiar with our grids, the ability to do that, the ability to mass update costs. So you get a vendor discount and you want to pass that along to your customers. You have the ability to mass update and make changes to those costs. Services, Matt mentioned services, and that's something that a lot of distributors are adding to their repertoire. And you could even go further than that. We basically give you an unlimited amount of segments that you can have within your quoting. So if you wanted to split products away from warranty work or split products away from services, or maybe it's a maintenance package you offer for your products, you can do that now and split and segment those out. Mainly for reporting reasons, and the nice part is you can split it out so you can show a customer, hey, this is what your product cost is, this is what your service cost is, and be able to produce a nice document related to that. Another piece to that is being able to show financing. So a lot of our customers want the ability to do leasing and financing with their products because they sell major dollar amount related products, and that's something that we've added to Tour de Force, allowing you to create lease factors and manipulate how that data shows so that you can appropriately get your lease information and your financing calculator ready to go. And really the last thing I want to talk about is the kits and accessories. A lot of companies that we speak with use kits and or they have associated accessories with their main products that now in Tour de Force we can do that for you. We can actually associate products with other products, meaning you can have nested values looking at your information. When you look at a quote, you can say, okay, this is the main product, but these are the 5 necessary accessories, and these are the next 5 potential accessories for this project. So the proposal entry is really grown. That we still have the capability of generating documents from a web device and the ability to send that document in an email to a customer from a web device as well as from your desktop. So all those features are getting added into 2017, so when that release is done this year, you'll have access to all those additional features.
Great, thanks, Ryan. So the last thing I want to talk about is pricing, because in a lot of cases, lots of distributors are investing in price optimization tools and educating their users on pricing. So knowing who the customer is, knowing what price levels things should be sold at, and more of basically an education process. And we're real excited to have a new partnership with Strategic Pricing Associates, and SPA has some very powerful tools for price management and education, and their new price banding tools. So talk a little bit, Ryan, about the integration that Tour de Force and SPA are working jointly to introduce to the market.
That's a great point. So we have been working with SPA for the last few months to design out and put together a package that will allow customers not only to get inventory valuation, what's on hand, what's available, customer pricing if you have in your ERP, but also take advantage of SPA's what I'll call their black box, or their ability to give you the best price for that customer based on historical sales, based on a number of different factors that I'll let them explain when we do our joint webinar. But the SPA price banding is a very nice tool that's going to sit right on top of the quote manager within Tour de Force. And what that's going to allow you to do is, just like you'd get a customer price, you'll actually be able to hit a button with a number of different inventory items or a single inventory item and get the SPA price banding price, which is going to be the optimal price for profit and for revenue for your company for that particular line item, for that particular quotation. So we're trying to make this as optimized as possible, especially when you're talking about pricing and the different ways that you can get information on a quote, especially for those reps that are traveling in the field. And this is all going to be web-based, so you'll be able to do this from your mobile device. So There's some good stuff coming from SPA with our integration with their price banding and some of their other tools. So look for that in the future.
Great. Thanks, Ryan. Well, that's going to wrap up this session today. I hope you found this informative. A lot of new and exciting things coming out from Tour de Force and the relationship with SPA, and we look forward to introducing this later in August. So thanks again for joining the podcast, and we'll be back soon.